I see why they call this the Outback Trail. If you work remote and you need the internet to do your job like I do, then E-Loop is essentially the only loop here that gets internet, good cellular. I'm getting good cellular from both AT&T and Verizon. You go down to the C-Loop and the D-Loop, and suddenly it drops to 1x. Hardly enough to even send texts. So I thought I'd update you guys on a couple of things. So this is obviously the bike rack, and my big question was, just because I'm an engineer and somewhat suspicious, I was wondering how the bumper and the welding would do with the receiver hitch. And so far, I'm actually just delighted with it. The bumper, the hitch, the receiver hitch, even the swing away adapter has been phenomenal. You can see, this is interesting, you can see that the Kuat itself droops down at a bit of an angle, and that's fine. Doesn't seem to be getting worse. It doesn't seem like it's actually caused by a bending, but it seems like the Kuat doesn't extend as far into that receiver as it would a normal receiver, so it goes down a little bit. And so I've obviously been paying very close attention. No cracks, no broken welds, nothing like that. And while we're bouncing down the road, I can assure you these bikes are all over the place. I'm gonna take you guys on a mountain bike ride by Junction Creek, and this is called Log Chutes 1, and there's quite a trail system out here. This is the weenie ride, which I'm doing because I am still acclimating to altitude. I think I mentioned last year that takes about 6 weeks. So this is the weenie ride. As you guys know, I'll use it as an excuse. I set up and tore down the entire Airstream, including the generator, twice in 24 hours due to the internet shenanigans. So a little tired from that. I wouldn't normally head out when it's in the 80s, but you know me, a bad day mountain biking is better than any day at work, right? Starting to see a little bit of Aspen here. It's right about where Aspen like to start showing up, 7,500 feet. So we're not going straight, we're going to go left. And they've really put some really nice maps out here too. So we're doing Log Chutes 1, and you can see 2 gets a little bigger of a ring, and you can do 3, which is even bigger. Over to the road. All right. Vlog Chutes 1 done for the day. This is Engineer Pass on its way into Silverton. We think this is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Hey Internet, so we're up here in Silverton, our favorite place. You can see lots of videos from last year if you want to know more about it. So check this out. You can see some really nasty weather coming up the Animas Valley there and following the Animas River. And so this is a perfect time to show you my latest discovery. So when we stay here, you can see that we're very exposed. Generators right out here in the open. Last year we had a really bad storm, kind of like this one that looks like it's coming, and generator got soaked. And you know, we generally haven't had this problem because we're under trees or something like that. And but I noticed water and hail dripping down the front of the device, and you know, that's a 5500 watt generator. That's sufficient to kill easily if you get electrocuted. And so I looked on the old internets, and sure enough, some lunatic out there came up with an idea, and they call it the GenTent 10K Storm Bracer. And so you can see, I'm standing far away so you can hear me, but you can see that it's essentially just a little pup tent that connects around the four corners of the generator using these little rubber braces and four plexiglass pylons. And then there's a strap that kind of holds the whole thing on. And I understand, you know, they're trying to make this thing fit all generators, and the installation was a little wacky, but it does work. And so now we got that, and you can see that there's a little apron in the front, kind of right over here, which covers the electrics and all the sensitive high voltage parts and the control panel. And then you can see on the back here that the exhaust is still fully exposed, and the cooling vents, the squirrel cage there is still open. And then finally, right up here, this part is a flap you can open so you can still fuel while the generator has its little tent on. So that is the GenTent 10K Storm Bracer. So what do you think? The orange a little too much? I don't think so. I think it goes with everything else. There we go, mosquito tented. This is the north end of the Outback Trail, and it starts way up there off of Adrastra Gulch, and this is a murderous climb. I've done it before, so like a lunatic, I'm gonna do it again. I decided I wanted to know what it was like to ride Outback Trail starting from the north end instead of riding it as an out and back. I see why they call this the Outback Trail. So we got a nice little camping spot here in Fillmore, which is directly between Silverton and Mammoth Lakes, which is where we're headed. So they got nice shade. We only got 30 amps, but that's fine. It's pretty hot today, but with the shade, one air conditioner barely cuts it. And then for extra credit, you got cows. Hey guys. How's the cows? So we're solidly into the Sierras, this gorgeous drive up here, and we're dealing with a cranky wiener dog right now that we're not sure if she needs to pee or if she wants to eat, or maybe it's both. But so the cranky wiener dog is making us cranky too. Hey everybody, this is new Shady Rest Campground. It's about 7 o'clock at night, so video is a little grainy, but you can see everybody's got their fires going. You would be forgiven for thinking that these paths were for golf carts. I can comfortably say this is the hardest place I have ever parked the Airstream. You can see here that I have mere inches to spare from this tree and this one. You can also see evidence of people not quite making it. And the trick was to bring the Airstream in super tight, right up against this curb here, and then to bring it on in. And just to give you an idea how scary this was, I saw an RV get stuck right over here yesterday. They were up there sawing away at branches. How embarrassing. So, new Shady Rest Campground. We love it. Very intimate, very tight. Still allowing fires, which is crazy. Nowhere in Colorado or Arizona was allowing fires. They've got bathrooms and they're clean. They've got water spouts all over the camp as well. And it's quiet, although a very, very, very busy campground. It gets rode hard. But I have to say, I'm impressed. Everybody's really treated it really well. It's clean. They've got bear boxes everywhere. And by the way, I'll point out, they'll fine you if you leave food out overnight, because there are brown bears here. And if you want slightly more sunshine, we like this because all the trees cut down the wind so we can leave the awning open all the time. But if you have a lot of solar, you can go across the way there, and that's called Old Shady Rest.